Oh, we got a good one this weekend, guys. Live from Ontario, we got Sean Strickland bringing the belt, putting it up against Dricus Du Plessis. My partners over at DraftKings Sportsbook have got one incredible deal for all new customers. Download the DraftKings app right now, sign up using the promo code Sonnen, and you can bet just $5 on any of this weekend's fights. You will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight, like number of rounds, method of victory, for an even bigger payout. Remember, DraftKings is the only place where you can bet same fight parlays. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. So click on the link below and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Oh, my final and official prediction. Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. It's very interesting. I'm taking Sean Strickland. Let me get right to the point. I'm taking Sean Strickland. And Dricus Du Plessis has been nothing short of amazing, and he does appear to have a confidence. I don't completely know where that confidence comes from, but it does appear to be there. Like, I don't think he's out working. I don't think he's out selling. So many times guys will go into press conferences, go into media builds, and they're trying to convince themselves. They're trying to convince themselves of something as they go out and do media. And there's always tells. You know, there's always tells when a guy's a dork. And a dork can't be champion. They just can't. You get these dorks and all of a sudden they're in the main event, they start dressing different, right? They got an entourage around them, 4 or 5 guys, and they're all wearing the same thing. Okay, these are what you call dorks. Dorks don't win belts. Or you get a dork like, I don't have any idea who Dricus Du Plessis' coach is. I do not say that as a disrespectful manner. I'm not overly familiar with the teams out there. And I like that about him. Right? You get these dorks that get a good opportunity. They don't get exposed to a higher class of people. They get exposed to a higher level of scumbag. There is just leeches around your main event top guys. That's all you've got. And when you get exposed to the big money and the big fights, you will get leeches wearing 3-piece suits as opposed to leeches with tattoos on their neck. And the fact that Dricus doesn't have any of these weirdos around, he's not wearing any of the weird outfits. I love that Dricus came rolling into the hotel with nothing but his girl on his arm and Strickland was waiting there with nothing but a stocking on his head. All these other main event guys, or these make-believe main event guys, man, believe me, they're out there driving the fancy cars that they can't pay for. They're wearing the watches that they cannot afford. They're hanging out with the coaches who they told, I'll pay you, but you're on the come line. I had to pay the guy at the Rolex store and the guy at the Ferrari dealership, so I don't have your cut, coach, but I'll get around to it. I look at Dricus, man, he just strikes me as a guy that looks like he's ready to be champion. And when I tell you I don't know where that confidence comes from, he's never been in a main event. When I tell you that I don't know where that confidence comes from, it's not like the organization believes in him. They had him on an undercard 12 months ago, 13 to be exact. On December 10th of 2022, Dricus Du Plessis was supposed to jerk the curtain for a card that was headlined by Prochazka Toshera. You gotta understand, it was the most underwhelming fight card of the entire year, and Dricus was a curtain jerker on it. He's only had one fight since then. And he talked his way into that, of which he was a 3-1 dog, and we're supposed to throw him into Robert Whittaker and get the hell rid of him. That's what was supposed to happen. 2 men alive have ever whipped Robert Whittaker's ass. I know Robert has lost fights. That's not what I said. 2 men alive have ever whipped his ass. Adesanya whipped his ass once, and Dricus whipped his ass. And it's just one of these really incredible situations. And Dricus, who's only fought one time in a year. Dricus, who has never been a main event. Dricus, who's never been... See, when I talk about the main event, I'm not talking about the main exposure. I'm talking about rounds 4 and 5. He's never even signed a contract to fight for up to 25 minutes. Let alone been out there and done it, right? Very few guys ever sign a contract to fight for 25 minutes. Much fewer guys ever actually do it. They either get stopped or they do the stopping. But the guys in the 5-round club is very rare. And I just shared for you, Sean Strickland's in the 5-round club. Sean Strickland does his best work in rounds 4 and 5. So there's a lot of question marks around Dricus. Dricus says he's going to go out, take Sean down, and beat him up. I don't know. Maybe I'm personalizing too much. I worked out with Sean Strickland every day. I could not just take him down and beat him up. And I was a lot more decorated at wrestling than Du Plessis. So I'm interested in the fight. I think that Dricus has served himself very well. And I'm not overly confident that Dricus isn't about to be world champion. He's a fantastic fighter. I just don't think he's Sean Strickland. And I don't think when the going gets tough and somebody's got to want it more than the other guy, right? Who a better fighter is, guys, that's 3 to 5 minutes. That for sure will be over in the first round. The whole game and the whole battle of who's a better fighter, for about the first 3 minutes, that matters. And for sure, by 5 minutes, we're done. You see a second round, you're now in the tough guy business. If you see a third and fourth guy round, you're now in the extreme tough guy business. 2 tough guys, I'm taking Sean Strickland.